We got ourselves a Texas-sized showdown.
I don't need help raising my daughter.
We're trying to do what's right no matter what it takes.
Let's go!
Champs ain't made right. They're made in them few seconds right after they fall.
But everything is pointing to you.
Well, I definitely think there aren't enough rodeo movies out in the world, and definitely not enough movies that really tell the cowboy story authentically, particularly in 21st century cinema. The idea was originally brought to me by my best friend, Josh Plassey, who plays Noah in the film, and we just wanted to take a microscopic look at Heartland America, really see this one family through amateur rodeo.
So we actually wrote the pilot, and Jake and I had known we wanted to do something in the world of rodeo for a long time because Jake had lived in that world in Texas, and I had been extremely interested in it and done some extreme sports in my own life, so the two of us thought, hey, this is kind of a perfect blend.
It's hard to make westerns and hard to make rural stories. Horses and livestock and rodeos and bull riding, which are elements that we have, are difficult to do for big studio films, and we're a small independent movie, so the fact that we're able to pull this off with this local crew here in Nashville has been incredible. These guys have been great. It's really a sort of a testament to the talent and the artists here.
The cowboy world, the rodeo world, it's real Americana, and I think it's dirt and sweat and values. I was immediately invested.
And the storyline was just so interesting and like nothing I've ever seen or read before. Just really, really heartfelt, real heavy stuff. And I really liked that.
A huge element of this movie is 3 generations of bull riders. Forey J. Smith being the eldest bull rider, C. Thomas Howell being the middle bull rider, and then myself, Peter Hawkins, playing the youngest bull rider who's kind of rising up the ranks right after he's gotten out of prison. And those guys are not only iconic actors, but they're iconic cowboys. There's no mistaking that they know this world inside and out. To even be in the same sentence with them in a movie already makes me proud, but in order to play their son, to play the youngest who's trying to match them, you know, that was just something that meant the world to me.
You know, not coming to work and struggling to communicate the value of having grown up in a rural background and being able to ease into this role, play parts of myself, parts of my father, parts of other characters that I grew up with. You know, I enjoy finding and playing flawed characters and inserting a human aspect to them, you know, finding the humanity in their flawed ways. It's a challenge for me to take something and not feel the need to force a likability factor into a character, but trust that the story will take care of that if you stay true to that.
You know, working with Tommy was a draw because he and I both have a lot of experience and started young and have endured, you know, this industry in our own ways. Tommy's great because he really wants the work to be real. And he has a really good barometer for something that feels false. You know, we've gotten in the mud, you know, and that's just great collaboration.
When you meet somebody that gets it, and Annabeth gets it, there's no real other way to put it. She's been doing this a long time. What an incredible actress she is. She brings it every damn day.
You know, I was immediately drawn to the script once I read it for the fact that Monica is on the page a complicated woman. For me as a woman and a mother, an actor, and in a marriage of 20 years, you know, it's real life and figuring out what you have to fight for and how you're gonna fight for it. So for me, I just jumped at the chance.
And Forey Smith, who plays my father, I mean, he's a real cowboy, but to watch him work and handle that horse and be able to share that with him has been so special for me, you know, and to make friends with these people.
And there's just beautiful things happening in my life every day that there's just, you know, like this movie. I mean, you guys wrote me a letter out of the blue and asked me to come, and I've wanted to do a rodeo movie, and well, I've been granted this platform So I've been able to spread the Western way of life, the cowboy lifestyle, further than just rural America.
You know, at first I was daunted by the fact of working with someone who was wearing so many hats for a first time, and with complex material and not a lot of money or time. You know, Jake Allyn, I think, has something special going on. He's a multi-hyphenate with a lot of talent and a lot of sense and a lot of passion. But we met and I immediately trusted him and liked his vision. And it didn't feel like a risk to me. It felt right. And it's proven 5 weeks later or 6 weeks later or whatever to be true. You know, he's been great. We have a great crew that supported him. I think he's gonna have a nice career ahead of him as all of these things.
I think Jake did a great job. Where Jake impressed me was he allowed, and not in a forceful way, but he trusted my guidance in those moments when he was acting with me. There were times, not often, but there were times when we would direct each other, and I feel like we benefited from that in a way. But I love him for really respecting me and throwing his arms around me and being there when I needed him, because there were times when I really did. For him to have the insight at his age to be able to handle somebody my age who's seen the shit I've seen isn't easy. And he did a phenomenal job. I'd work with him again in a second.
Jake has been so good to me from the very beginning. I could just feel the passion and how much he believed in me, even though he didn't know that if I could act. He was willing to go there with me and teach me. I just love working with him. I think this was a blessing.
I liked him from the very get-go of the letter that he wrote me asking to be part of this movie. I knew that he was a sincere young man and that he really had a vision. And he was asking me to help him portray that vision. And I'm honored by that. He's here to learn, he's here to make things better, and whatever we can do to get that done. And that's what we need. We need more of that. We need more young men like Jake in this world.
You know, I just wanted to do a good job. So I think on that level, you end up ultimately feeling like you're spreading yourself too thin. There's just no way to not feel that way a little bit. If there's any challenges that were presented, it was just making sure that every department needs the director so much in order to do their job. And so I think the biggest challenge was needing to give time to Peter Hawkins, my character, while also giving time to all the departments so that they could do their best work. I took a couple trips down to Lockhart, Texas, and I did a bit of a cowboy camp there. Got on the back of a couple bulls, and not only was it great training ground for me as an actor in order to play a bull rider, but the good thing about wearing multiple hats is I can wear them all at the same time. So when I was there training as an actor for the bull riding stuff, I was also surrounded by real cowboys all day long. And so I would train bulls during the day, and then at nighttime I'd go write down all the crazy stuff they were saying. When we started with this movie, we knew that a big part of it was going to be to shoot at a live rodeo. And if we were going to go to all this work to shoot at a live rodeo, to cast C. Thomas Howell, a real bull rider, to cast Forey J. Smith, a real bronc rider, all these real cowboys, I would just be total fake if I didn't get on a bull myself and do it. And so that became something very, very important to me, is to be able to ride a real bull on camera. To open that shoot and not have to cut was very important to me. And I just don't think I'll ever forget being in the back of the chutes with the real cowboys who this movie is made by, but also made for. I just want to do them proud, honestly.
I'm really impressed that we were able to communicate as a team as well as we were to bring an authenticity to this piece that was important to me.
It's just run incredibly smoothly. We've been blessed with an incredible crew. Obviously, Jake's doing a great job. It starts from the top down.
I'm just so grateful to be here and that, y'all reached out to me, because this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and just my whole experience it's been heavenly from start to finish.
I think we got a hell of a little movie here, and I can't wait to see it. you know, and I really wanted this to represent for us all.
You know, when you drive into Stephenville, the sign that proudly says Cowboy Capital is literally bent over like a bull rider that's held up. It's just the perfect symbol for small town America right now, which is a place that's struggling to hold on, but is resilient as ever.
I think this movie will open the door to some other people that have some kids that are having trouble. The circumstances put them in a bad spot. You just keep dreaming, keep going, and you can make your situation better if you want to. Might only be one kid, but if we can change one life, it's worth all the money in the world, right?